We did it. We did it. With more rental listings than anybody else, it was just inevitable that you were going to find everything that you were looking
My mic is on now. I apologize about that. Welcome. Thank you guys all so much for stopping by. If you don't already know, my name is Eli with Pokémon USA. Tuesdays and Thursdays is our day in which we have our Q&A sessions. And then, of course, Monday, Wednesday, Friday is when we do our regularly pre-recorded content. If you don't already know, why does it say Q&A on the title? Because since Monday and Wednesday, we have a topic that I'm usually not able to go through and answer everyone's questions because I'm fairly busy. I figured why not make Tuesdays and Thursdays Q&A days, or just kind of chat and chill days for those people that are interested, and of course being able to have their questions answered. It doesn't have to be a discussion directly about the video topic. It can be a discussion about just about anything, but I always leave it open for whatever you guys want to do. So let's give a couple shout outs to the people that are here. TT, shout out to you for being here. Tyrone, my guy, it's been a while it feels like. What have you been up to, Tyrone? Hopefully building that Steam Siege collection. Pokey Trainer Mason, good afternoon. What's up there, John Boy? Good to see you. Nathaniel Bledsoe, good to see you too. Hope all is well with Eli and everyone else. Hope all is well with everyone else as well. So, but I'm excited today. I think we're going to have a good day, and I have something even more exciting that I want to show you guys. Let's do a little bit of an internet speed test. And I want you guys to see if there's something that you notice different about what's going on today for those of you that were here on last stream. Maybe just something slightly different, but I decided to get a wired connection. So super excited about that. One thing that is actually quite interesting too as well. Ooh, bots are already out. They're like, ooh, he's streaming. Let's do this. Let's get the bots out. But what was I going to say? Yeah, so I actually went and called Verizon, and they told me that I could actually relocate my router to the upstairs window in the master bedroom. So I didn't have to pull a cord as long. So instead of having to get like over 100 feet of cable, I only had to get 75 feet and just kind of go from one end of the upper hallway to the other. And so yeah, we're going to be running on absolute max efficiency in terms of overall speed. So I am very excited about that. Yeah, because we're running on a wired connection again, baby. So things are about to get nice and hot. So 600 down last time. Yeah, no, it was literally like 600 was I think the most that we had. I think it was like low 600s though. For the most part, it was wavering in between the low 500s. So now getting to 830, and then our upload is at 220. Like, that's freaking nasty, dude. I'm excited about that. Got a bunch of cosmic clips from the Premier Balls. I'm wondering if I should just offload them now at like $13 or wait a bit. I don't know how fast or long it will take for them to grow. I mean, here's my personal opinion on how you want to do this, Nathaniel, is I look at it in this regard. When it comes to a Cosmic Eclipse and these kind of packs, I don't expect there to be a massive drop in them unless you're going to be seeing a market regression, which, I mean, that's totally up in the air for discussion considering, you know, the economy isn't exactly going in the right direction still. Or what you could potentially see is just more of Cosmic packs being thrown in more product. I mean, it's not a bad time to sell by any means, considering the fact that Cosmic Eclipse is a set that's, what, 3 years old, and it's, you know, $13 for a pack. Obviously, shipping and fees has to be calculated into it, but considering how much you pay for the Premier Ball and everything, it's such a good sell regardless. What's up, Travis? Good to see you, my guy. Eli, how are you, my friend? I am doing well. One thing I also want to make of note while I am thinking about it, how are you doing, Travis? Gotta ask that as well. One thing I also have to make of note, I will be ending the stream a little bit earlier today. I have a meeting at 3 o'clock our time, so I do apologize for that. But also, it's funny, I was telling you guys as well that I wanted to change the stream time to 1 o'clock, and then it changed to Mountain Time, and then I realized, oh shoot, I live in Arizona now. It's not 12 Pacific Standard Time. It's now 12 Pacific Standard Time. So I do apologize for that. I'll try and see if we can make an adjustment on whether 12 or 1 will be the time. But obviously for now, it happened at noon. But I also have some Vaporeon, Flareon, and Jolteon premium collections. I was wondering how long you think it will be before to sell them. Well, here's the deal with that, Nathaniel, as well. Unless we have a large reprint of that product coming anywhere near in sight, I think you're good to keep it sealed for now. And not to mention, if there is a reprint that happens in sight, you'll be able to know first here on the channel, because we usually are one of the first channels to be able to drop like new reprints and leaks and things of new products being pushed. So I would have to say with that, I would just hold off, since you can maximize your capital in the long term, unless, of course, like I said before, sell before a reprint happens if it does. Gabe says, Eli, happy Thursday. Nice camera. Now I can see the lineup of the beard. Yeah, I shaved the beard. I shaved the beard. It's not like one of those Discord mods like doesn't understand what a neck beard trim should look like, you know. Like I actually do it. My face has been getting fatter though, so you know, not lying, a little self-conscious about that, but that's okay. I just need to work out more, because since I've been out with an injury, I've not worked out at all. Just been doing physical therapy. So but yeah, the background, it's nice because you can see a very nice clear background. We're gonna have LED lights for that relatively soon. That way you guys will be able to see like a really cool drop with it. And then of course, you know, visually speaking, my face is really clear since up close, lighting's better, sounds better, just trying to do whatever we can to increase the quality of the stream itself. I'm glad you got it sorted out. Me too, Norwald, me too. Listen, for Vaporeon, open it, take the card, grade it, and then buy my display tin and show it off in investing. That's so funny. Shameless shilling over here from John Boy from the Poke Department Store. Wait, it's Thursday? It is Thursday indeed, baby. And you know what that means? Q&A day. I think the Flareon V in the premium collection might be a top 5 card art for me. It's a pretty cool art. I mean, personally, I would say I like the Vaporeon more out of the 3, but they're all still very much so gorgeous designs. I love all 3 of them. I think they're awesome. So I personally can't say that I dislike any of them. So they really kind of crushed it out of the park on that one. But some fun things to discuss today. Obviously, like the title says, Q&A is kind of, you know, what the day is going to be based off of, you know, quote unquote, Elite Trainer Box versus Booster Box. Who knows if we'll really get into a deep dive discussion on that. Couldn't tell you, but Sword and Shield Ultra Premium Collections on, of course, TCG Player are now pushing down to MSRP. You've got booster box prices for Evolving Skies trying to push 260, so that's always fun and crazy to see. In terms of Brilliant Star, still sitting at around that $170 price point, but there's also some more fun things that we need to have a discussion about. If we go over to Poke Beach and we want to look at some of the leaks that have happened, nothing new to report there. However, for those of you guys that haven't seen, there's been a lot of Scarlet and Violet leaks that have been going on that make me really depressed. We looked at some of them on the stream on Tuesday, so you know that was fun for a little bit, but not really. It's been bad. It's been bad. Have you been keeping up with? Yes, I have been. I can actually show you what I've been getting sent to me. Shout out to Raheem on this one. I've just been trying to do my best not to respond to his messages because they just depress me. Sorry, Raheem. But Dunsparce got a new evolution. What changed? His stomach is now flat and he has a goatee. So if you're a huge fan of goatees, then you're going to love the new Dunsparce design. If you are someone that likes to play Overwatch and is a huge fan of Reinhardt, if they made him into a baby Pokemon, this is what exactly he would look like. Then you have if they made Trico black and obese. Don't know what they thought they were doing there. Then if they made a pig from Minecraft armored, that is also another thing that we can have a conversation about in terms of design. This is if they took Tentacool and put him in land, I guess, and they gave him legs. I don't know. This looks something out of SpongeBob, I guess. I don't know what else you want me to say. I didn't realize this was a Pokemon. I thought this was an item that you're supposed to pick up, but apparently it is. It literally looks like a tumbleweed. Then we have this dancing bird looking thing. I don't know. This seems kind of sus. And then a lot of other things. Pawniard has a final evolution with Mustache Man. Some weird snake looking thing. This looks like... I don't know. This looks like something you see out of Mario. Like, what do you want me to say? I don't know, man. All these designs are just something different. That's all I can say. It's tough. My Charizard UPC investment is doing about as well as my Bitcoin investment. Oh yeah, that's a fun one for discussion. Bitcoin, for those of you guys that are involved in Bitcoin, you already know, but if you're not, it tanked. It went down to 15,000 and then now it's back up to 17,000. Looks like it's having a little bit of a reprieve bounce, but it ain't looking too pretty. That's all I can tell you guys. It is not looking too pretty, that's for sure. So it is not looking too pretty. I'm gonna move the camera over slightly this way as well, so that way when I lean back you guys can still see my face. So ain't looking too pretty. Do you think the value perspective of the Charizard is $200 less than the Celebrations UPC as prices show? Well, I think that considering the fact with the UPC, the like Celebrations one, you're having a much lower supply compared to that of the Charizard Ultra Premium Collection. Not to mention the Charizard UPC doesn't have specialty packs like with Celebrations. I do think that with just overall supply and demand factors, it makes sense why it's doing better. Do I think it should be a $200 spread? Most definitely not. I would say that realistically, it should be at around a $100 spread at the moment, just based off of how much the supply is. But once again, the demand is just so high, so I'm never one to dictate what the correct price is. The market is always going to do that for me. Paladin Whooper has a nice design, says Lord Narwhal. I mean, it's definitely the best design I've seen so far, that's for sure. Have you tried to use the STC code twice after waiting a week? Recently, after ordering with a guest account, I haven't been able to order on my main account. It's been sitting in my cart for 3 weeks. That is weird. If anyone in the comment section has any suggestions for Tyson, I would ask if you could help troubleshoot with that, or go through Q&A or deals in the Discord. That's usually how I would suggest doing it. Personally speaking, in terms of this method, a lot of it has really come down to a lot of the followers in the community who have told me how to do it, and I've just followed their instructions. So Charizard UPC should have come with a Metal Charizard promo. Yeah, but that would be overplayed considering we already have a Charizard Metal promo, so that just wouldn't make sense. I'm kind of hyped for the game. It is tailored to kids though, that's for sure. Yeah, it's looking sus. Do you think we'll put Pokemon Center Crown Xena, the ETBs up again on the site? Yes, 100%. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Many times have we seen this with Pokemon Go. Other specialty ETBs, people always ask me the question, are they going to add it to the site? Yes. Nothing's ever changed. They just took it off for whatever reason. Just how it works. What's more stable, Steam Siege or Bitcoin, makes you think? So far, Steam Siege. I'm glad I emotionally sold Bitcoin when I hit 55K. I bought MC stocks at 7, sold at 15. Then a week later, it hit 65. So I sold all my fun stocks in crypto. Well, I mean, I think it's never a bad thing to take profit off the table. The only time you should never emotionally sell is after making a emotionless decision to get in at an entry point. So what I mean by that is if you're saying to yourself, like for stocks or crypto, for example, right? If you get in at an entry point and you say to yourself, I am in this entry point because I believe that this is a really good price to start my dollar cost average approach, then if it, of course, goes like another 10% lower, I don't think that that's the point where you should FOMO sell at that 10%. I think you double down your dollar cost average, because I personally think that in terms of Bitcoin's all-time low, I mean, obviously we're sitting at 15,000. We've seen a lot of fundamentals that have changed due to, as per usual, black swan events, which is what's been going on with the whole FTX debacle. So, and quite honestly, we could see the price of Bitcoin go down, 13,000, 11,000, 10,000. Like these are prices that are not out of the realm of possibility. So if you're saying from the low, if you bought in, let's say Bitcoin at 15K, you bought the bounce and it were dropped down to, let's say, $11,000. Obviously that's about a 30% drop, but if you can dollar cost average the entire way down and you continuously double down in your position, you're going to eventually get to a dollar cost average point of roughly probably around $12,000, $13,000. And when you think about that entry point long term, having seen that Bitcoin's all-time high is 69,000, you're going to be thanking yourself greatly over the fact that you just got a 5x return if it hits its all-time high again, which it will eventually. I mean, it's just a matter of time. If you received off-centered STC, would you still send it into PSA to get a grade, or just flip it and sell it raw? Sell it raw, no question. It was a storage unit, only a few items, and okay, wait, they're having conversation. Yes and no in the metal promos because they did with the ARC, yes. Yeah, exactly. They already did a metal promo with an ARC, yes. Hey, yo, made it to the stream listening with work. Well, good to see you, Benny boy. Good to see you, my good sir. My problem is definitely not taking profits. LOL, most of the Bitcoin was at 5K. Hey, I'm right there with you, Lord Narwhal. I've taken, trust me, I'm really bad with taking profits too. Matter of fact, it's probably my worst quality in terms of being an investor. I'm really good at finding good entry points to enter, and I'm really bad about taking money off the table because I get too greedy. My most notable trade was I started off with roughly around $6,000, and then I turned it into $80,000, and then I just watched that investment dwindle as the profits were not being taken. So that was not fun. That was not fun, and it did not end well for me. Let's just say that. So thankfully, you know, I put in very little in the grand scheme of how much I would have walked away with, but I walked away with basically no profits at the end of the day because I got too aggressive and greedy rather than taking profits and walking away. So I've learned my lesson though. I will tell you that. I'm still good with entry points. That's something I'm still been good at, but I'm now practicing better exit points, and I feel like I'm starting to slowly get better at that. Benny boy is here indeed. Yeah, excited to see him here. Hello, Like Smash, Derek M. Good to see you. It feels like it's been a while. Hopefully all is well with you, my good sir. I made 6 figures from investing in Cadena, selling last November. I DCA'd since February and have accumulated another 59. The next bull run will be incredible. Yeah, shout out to you on that one, Craig. Way to take profits. Holler from the Discord dropping in to say what's good. Good to see you, Tyler. Good to see you. Always nice to see people from the Discord stopping by, and always good to see people from the stream joining the Discord. So I just, of course, want to give a friendly reminder to everyone. Make sure you also leave a like, comment down below. If you aren't already, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, I watched 225 turn into 60. Yeah, I mean, well, it depends. What did you start off with though, Lord Narwhal? Because if you, for example, started off with 60, or let's say you started off with 100, that would hurt more. But I mean, if you started off like 10, then I mean, it hurts a lot, but not bad. My mess is making 300 into 378, not too shabby. Tyrone Smith, any tips for tax evasion? Start a Pokemon business and buy a bunch of Pokemon product and write it off. Oopsie, sorry. And write it off as business expenses. Tyrone, I got you. Yeah, right. Freaking Poke department store. We got the accountant in the building. We got the tax man. I agree with the entry and exit points. I never really look at the total amount of profit return, but always look at what the ROI. Well, the problem is listen, even though I'm pretty emotionless when it comes to my investing, when it comes to, how do I want to say this? I can turn $100 into $3,000 off of trading easy. So easy for me. But once I hit to that $3,000 price point, there's something psychological that switches, and it's bad. And that's something I'm working on, because my trading strategy all of a sudden changes because now I have more money and I get nervous. And that's the problem, is I shouldn't do it like that, right? So like when I turned, you know, the $6,000 into almost $100,000, and my trading strategy changed, and I just started making more emotional decisions than I was used to, that's when it got scary. And that's when it was one of those things where it was like, I no longer have, you know, $6,000, you know, 10, 20, 30,000. I'm now looking at 6-figure trading, and that was scary, right? And so it was one of those things where it should have taken profits taken off the table, and for someone my age to have that amount of money that quick, because I was 21 at the time, I think is when I acquired that amount. That would have been astonishing for me to do that, and I would have been well ahead of the game at that point. So it's kind of tough. It's kind of tough in that regard, which, you know, it's a learning moment. I would be lying if I said some days I don't think about it and it haunts me. But at the end of the day, right now, my biggest investment is investing in myself, investing in the business, investing in the Patreon, investing in the LGS, investing in just Pokemon in general right now, just because I think that that's going to give me the greatest yield. And when the next crypto market turns around, when the next stock market turns around, I'm going to be wiser for it, and I'm going to make sure to be a lot more conservative in terms of my entry points, or not my exit points. Sorry, not my entry points. So that's just what I think I'm going to be doing. When is the Silver Tempest break again? Yes, good question, Benny. I will make an announcement on that, but the Silver Tempest, or I'll make an announcement later for those people that aren't on the stream right now watching. Silver Tempest break is on the 18th. So the reason why I did it on the 18th instead of tomorrow is just because with the LGS being opened, distro says they can only send product to one location. They can't split ship it, so it has to be shipped from LGS to me. So that's kind of why it is going to be run that way. What's up, Mag? Good to see you. Hopefully all is well. Yeah, I'm still in profit. DCA'd for last year. My Bitcoin price was 7K and Ethereum is 150. Shout out to you on that one then. We'll buy Steam Siege at its record low. People will panic sell. We bought it up for cash. No reporting yet, right? Christian, what's up? Good to see you here. It's copium though. It hurts to see what I could have had. Yeah, that's how it always is. I mean, that's what I did, man. When I hit 100, I was like, yo, I could turn that into $1 million and I can retire. And I feel like too, this might sound really kind of dumb. This sounds really dumb, but I mean, it's a reality of the situation that I'm facing and I'm working through, right? With my upbringing, I have been very blessed when it comes to the knowledge that I've gained from the individuals around me, whether it be family, friends, mentors, right? With that, I have tried to use that to my advantage in being good financially, right? However, one thing I will say that I struggle with is there is a lot of pressure, I feel like, as specifically men, or just specifically in society these days, that I feel to be wildly successful, because a lot of the kind of way in which social media is pushing guys to be is you have to make X amount of money. If you don't make X amount of money by this age and be this height and be this, then you're a fucking loser. Like, wow, I just totally swore. Wow, so sorry about that, guys. But I mean, that's the honest reality of the truth. And although I understand my worth and I understand that I'm doing well, like really well comparative to my age, it's hard not to fall victim to that feeling because there's so much societal pressure. And although I've been pretty good about kind of blocking it out, it still is something that I'd be lying if I said I didn't deal with. And so when having the opportunity to be able to make $1 million at 21, I was like, this would be so cool to be able to do. Of course, took greater risk for greater reward. Risk didn't pay off. So now I'm going to have to play the long haul. So, and by long haul, I mean, I'm hoping that I can hit that $1 million point by sometime before I'm 30. So, I mean, we'll see that. I know for some people that's like, that's the long haul, but I don't know. It's weird because when you look at what social media tries to portray and then you look at what is actually going on in terms of general statistics, like when you talk about the amount of people that make over 6 figures yearly, that's very few people, right? But there's such a representation on social media that so many people make that money when it's a complete lie, and it's really hard not to fall victim to that, if you know what I'm saying. Not to mention me being an individual already that's so driven towards success, and I constantly want to push myself to be the best, that also doesn't help aid that, And I'm aware of course, that a lot of it is fabricated, but at the same exact time, just how I am driven, it's hard for me not to still lean towards the direction of having to really go, push in that regard. Severing never feels right. Got to learn to DC out. Yeah, that's pretty true. Always take profit. You don't have to always sell out completely. Pokemon, do you follow Ryan Mata? He's definitely been a blessing in terms of finding great crypto project. He also has a tutorial on how to trade. No, I haven't. If there's anyone I've followed, it was Crown's Crypto Cave. I was following him since probably around 1,000 or 2,000 subs. I absolutely love him the most. Yeah, I mean, nothing like a 6-figure life lesson. Jesus loves me. Isn't that the truth? Won't be messing it up next time. Should I make 2 or 3 French toasts? I don't know. Really depends on how much you eat. Me being the fatty that I am, I would go with 3. Rolled right off the tongue though. I'll keep it real. Yeah, you like, yeah, right. It was definitely something that just kind of happened. I apologize. It's okay. You cussed last time. Cursing 2 streams in a row. Tisk tisk. I know. What the heck's going on, guys? Rome wasn't built in a day. I know. Rome wasn't built in a day. That's for sure. I just want to be the very best, like no one ever was. Narwhal gets it. Pokemon gonna be your one-stop shop for all Pokemon. Biggest name in the game in 8 years. That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Yeah, I don't know. It's funny. I just have a very competitive drive, and it's not even like a competitive drive in terms of like competing against everyone else in society. It's just, you know, I have my own just competitive drive with myself, and I have goals that I want to accomplish based on my personal belief in my overall intellect. And I feel like if I'm not hitting those goals, then I feel like I'm failing, which is bad because I'm not failing, right? Like, I'm doing well for my age, but I don't like to tell myself, right? Like, I can be realistic with myself on what my worth and what my self-value is, but also at the same time still be hard on myself about it, you know? And it's hard, you know, it's that fine balance. How many chicken nuggets can you eat in one sitting? Probably 60, I would say, if I were to guess. Yeah, probably 60, I would say. Easy. I mean, maybe more. I mean, God, man, I would eat back in college when I was like exercising a ton. I mean, I still eat a ton, but I was able to eat 4 McChickens, 4 McDoubles, a 20-piece, and a large fry. Don't know if that's a lot, but a lot of people told me it's a lot, so I figured it would be. ETBs for the win. Good to see you, John Doring. Hopefully all is well with you. ETBs for the win. Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, it's for one of those things where I left it in the comment section for you guys to decide, because I don't think there's one right answer, honestly. I mean, for me personally, I've always been obviously a huge ETB fan, especially if you can sell it by the case, but it's hard not to also like booster boxes as well, because when you think about selling individual ETBs compared to individual booster boxes, you're always going to get a better value, since the value of ETBs is so much lesser of when you think about the marginal cost, right? If you sell let's say a booster box for 150 versus you sell an ETB for 150, sure, you're getting a greater yield on the ETB, and that point of it'd be well worth it. However, when you think about the shipping cost that it's going to take for comparatively your entry point, if you were to sell at a similar percentage at a lower point, then of course it is a lot scarier, right? So like, let's say for example, you have a booster box that you bought and you sold it at 120 and you bought it for 100, right? Shipping fees probably broke even afterwards. Now let's say you have an ETB, right? And you bought it at double the price, right? You sold it at double the price, went from 40 to 80, right? Or let's say 30 to 60. I think that's more indicative. At that point, you're also probably looking at small margins, even though you got 100% return, because $10 shipped is just so much money when you think about the entry point that it took. Money is a proxy for time, and everyone ultimately needs more time to do what they want. Pretty, yeah. You just gotta have money in the world, man. Yeah, I mean, that's how it is. That's what I always tell people, because people always ask me, why is Pokemon so successful? And then I said, and I always use that exact same comparison. I said, well, you got to think about it this way. What's the one thing that people can't buy? And I said time. And so people try and relive their childhood through Pokemon since they can't buy it. And so this is the closest thing they can get to doing that, because people want to be younger, people want to buy time back, and this is how they do it. So, I mean, it's plain and simple. That's how you do it, bro. Only person you should compare yourself to is yourself from yesterday. Seriously. And I want to try and compare myself to yesterday, but also not get too caught up about it, right? I always got to be looking forward and trying to compare myself on how I've gotten better. That's probably like 3,000 calories. I don't know about that, Lord Norwell. It's probably more like 4 to 5, honestly. No shot 60 nuggets. Dude, 60 nuggets is nothing. There's no way I can't do 60 nuggets, right? There's no way in heck I can't do 60 nuggets. Next live, we need proof, bro. I'm already right now dealing with the fact that I'm gaining a ton of weight. I don't need you guys to push me in this direction. Not unless we get some donations up in here. I'll make you a deal. If you guys donate a bunch of money this stream, then I will do 60 bucks. And okay, you know what? Fine. Here's what I'll do. For every dollar you donate, I will eat 1 nugget. That's how it will be. So for next stream. So if you guys are like, you donate 100 bucks, I will eat 100 nuggets. And for every one I don't do, I will add that to the giveaway pool for the next giveaway. So like, for example, let's say you donate 100 bucks, right? And I only eat 60 chicken nuggets. Then I'll give you guys $40 worth of packs in the next giveaway. Or if you want me to, I can do it a giveaway on like the stream, and I'll make it a stream specific giveaway. I'll do that, because otherwise my fatty self is going to like die on the inside if I do that willingly. So I feel like I have to do it that way. If you guys want to donate, then we'll do it that way, but otherwise I'm just like, I can't. I just can't do it. I'm currently going through sugar withdrawals because I've been eating a lot more sugar since I've been exercising less. So that's kind of what I'm doing right now. John Boy says it's nugget time. He donates $5. All right, that's 5 nuggets for next stream. Don't make me just roll up with a freaking 5-piece there Poke Department. That'd be so bad if it's like you're the only one that donates, and then like straight up I just show up to the next stream and it's just 5 nuggets. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. I will do this, and if you want me to, I will time it as well. Like, I will straight up do like I eat 100 chicken nuggets in under like 5-10 minutes. Like, you will be impressed with how much food I can eat. Like, it will be a spectacle. So, but I don't know, it's funny. Do you think ETBs versus booster box dynamic for ultra modern might shift? They're printing ETBs like crazy now. Well, I said this before, Lord Narwhal, and I actually talked about this on the stream. Derek's donating 5. I appreciate that. So that's a 10 piece right there for next stream, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god. Do I think it'll shift? Well, so here's the thing. I talked about this, like I said before, on the last video there, Narwhal. Basically, it's not necessarily it's a shift. People just have short-term memory, and they're just of the belief that there has been a shift. Because most recently there's been a lot of reprints. Tyrone's donated $6. Oh my god, you guys are mad. Watch it actually hit $100 and I have to eat 100 chicken nuggets. Holy crap, you guys are gonna be crazy. I'm a man of my word too. I am a man of my word. I will eat. I will eat it, dude. That's $16 right there. All right. 16 chicken nuggets. Oh my gosh. I mean, you can't just do 16 at that point. Like, you have to make it a crazy number at that point. Because if I just show up eating like a 16 piece, right? Like, that's just lame. Like, you gotta make it like a big number. Oh, Narwhal, let's do it, baby. All right, they're to 26 now. It's $26. All right, you guys are crazy. I love it though. This is actually gonna be. Hey, if we hit that, that's gonna be sick. That's gonna be sick. 26 is a cakewalk. Put me in fear, guys. Put me in fear. Give me to at least 60 or 70. 100. I mean, 100. I'm gonna be crapping my pants. But like, if you can give me the 60, then I'm like, all right, you guys are making me do it. Like, I'm gonna have to go crazy. Derek said another $5. Like, let's just throw it in. I appreciate it, guys. 1,000 McNuggets in one sitting, DJ says. Oh yeah, well, someone's gonna have to donate $1,000, and if someone did do that, oh my god, 1,000 McNuggets, I would make it a full-on stream. I would, if someone donated $1,000 for me to eat 1,000 chicken McNuggets, I'm not even kidding you, then I would next Tuesday would live stream me ordering the 1,000 nuggets, come back to the place, and I would do an 8-hour live stream or like a 12-hour until I ate the nuggets. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'd probably die on the inside, but like, I'm telling you, man, that would be, I mean, you kind of have to do it. Oh my god, you guys are crazy. Where are we at right now? Holy crap. We're at let's see, so we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. So we're at 45. I hope no one fixes it so you have to order like 37. Well, we're at 45 right now, so that'd be easy. TT gave 10 pounds. Shout out to TT. I appreciate that, brother. All right, so we're at 50, or I assume, I mean, what, pounds? It's probably like 50. It's probably like 51, 52. Oh my goodness gracious. Well, we're getting there, ladies and gentlemen. Travis, he will work out after. I'm gonna need to work out after. I'm going to need to work out after, that's for sure. Man, this stream just took a turn. It went from the let's talk about Pokemon to let's see how many chicken nuggets Eli's fatty Eli can eat. Wow, you guys are crazy. Oh my gosh, that's so great. I appreciate it though, guys. I appreciate it. A little appreciation. I appreciate that greatly. Thank you so much, TT. Well, thank you guys all so much for donating. I do appreciate that. I know there's obviously something you guys are gonna get out of it, because you're all gonna watch me eat. What are we at? 50, 51, 52 chicken nuggets. So but let's get it to at least 60. If we can get it to at least 60, that'll be it. What if I just change the stream name and I just say for every $1 I eat a chicken nugget? Like, what if I just do that? Why not? Nugget USA. Do you guys think I should change the stream title to that? I might have to charge back if you don't puke. I won't. This isn't for nuggets, just for recommending everyone eat healthy. I appreciate that, Travis. All right, so we're probably up to like 56, I want to say now. 56-ish, roughly. All right, so I got to ask you guys a question. Should I change the title of this live stream to for every $1 you donate, I eat a chicken nugget in one sitting? I feel like I shouldn't do that, though, because I feel like if I do that, I'm just going to have a ton of people make me want to throw up. Like, I can't imagine like coming back on stream and people being like, yeah, we're gonna force this guy to eat like several hundred chicken nuggets. Like, that sounds so scary to me. Like, if I could probably, oh my god, that would be the longest stream. Oh my gosh. No, I don't know if I'd be able to do that at that point. Yeah, I don't know if I don't know if I could do 1,000 chicken nuggets in a day. I'm be honest with you guys. 1,000 chicken nuggets in a day, that's like insane. That's insane. Like, if I'm saying to myself, oh yeah, 60 easy, right? If I'm telling myself I can do 60 easy, which I do think I can, right? And then you're saying to yourself, you're eating 3 meals a day, that's 180. Like, what would my chicken nugget efficiency rate have to be if I were to stay up, let's say, for a 16-hour period, right? If I were to eat 1,000 chicken nuggets, I would have to be eating 60 to an hour. I mean, I'm not going to. Like, I'm gonna be chilling, but next week is Mr. Beast Burger. What are we talking about? McDonald's? Oh yeah, of course we're talking about McDonald's. Of course. I mean, McDonald's has the superior chicken nuggets. No question about it. McDonald's is 100% what we're talking about here. That's why when I was saying I ate a bunch of McDoubles and McChickens and stuff, that's what we were referencing. So, but 50, 56, I mean, don't underestimate your belly, Bubba says. Pushing it. All right, so now we're officially at 61. So over the 60 mark, 100,000 McDonald's is 48,000 calories. Really? Look at it as a system nugget cleanse or a flush. That's a comma? No way. How many calories is a chicken nugget? Is that really how much? How many calories is a chicken nugget from McDonald's? So 530 calories for a 10 piece. So 1,000 divided by 10 times 530 equals 53,000 calories. Yeah, that's nothing, guys, right? That's nothing. But I'm sitting at roughly around 60 right now, right? I'm sitting at roughly around 60. So if we were to say I already eat 60 times, so 6 times 5, 30. So I'm going to be eating roughly around 3,000 calories. Yeah, that's where I am right now. I'm going to eat roughly around 3,000 calories. God, you guys are going to murder me, actually. 3,000 calories? Let's do it, though. Let's do it, though. I signed up for this. I did sign up for this. Man, people are probably like, what the frick? People are going to go and they're going to watch the Q&A and they're going to be like, this is not the Q&A that I was expecting. This is people are going to be like, what? Definitely not the Q&A people should expect. You should eat nuggets while you open the entire McDonald's Pokemon set. 3 nuggets per pack. Every time you get a double, you eat 2. Every time you get a triple, you eat 3. And so on until you complete the set. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all, Craig. I mean, are they still doing the McDonald's special thing right now? Because I don't think that's a bad idea by any means. Hold up, bro. I don't want to literally kill you. You're not going to kill me. 60's not going to kill me. 60's nothing, bro. Trust me. Like, I feel confident in 60. Maybe not, but I feel confident in 60. We can sell the stream Torchic nuggets today. You know? I think we can do it. I think 60 is going to be a cakewalk. Honestly, I feel like I should time it. I would love to see how quickly I can eat 60 nuggets. Like, I'll probably do, should I do overhead and face? Yeah, I'll do overhead and face. So I'll set it up over here and then I'll do an overhead and a face and I'll just have all the chicken nuggets just spread out and then you guys will see. The question is, should I, nah, I feel like at that point, it shouldn't be that you can donate at that time because it just wouldn't make sense because you guys are like, you're going to evolve into Snorlax. Already there, buddy. Snorlax is going to have to get a final evolution and it'll look like me. That's for sure. Yeah, 3,000 calories. What the heck happened? I walked in away to you, pick Mason up from the bus stop, and you'll try and overload Eli with nuggets? I walked away to pick Mason up from the bus. Well, let's just say that people asked me the question of how many chicken nuggets I could eat, and they told me, and I told them that I could eat 60, and they said I should do it on stream, and I said for every $1 they donate, I will eat a chicken nugget, and here we are now, Trainer Mason. We're up to 61 chicken nuggets. So, we're up to 61. I just actually want to double check, pound to USD rate. Yeah, I mean, if you want to round out, we can say 62. It's not a big deal, but, you know, grab some hot mustard sauce. Oh, I'm going to be grabbing so much honey mustard and ranch. I'm a ranch fiend. Probably some ketchup, of course, too. But like I said, man, 62 cakewalk. That's easy numbers. That's pleb stuff. I challenge anyone to eat off. I'm 6'3", 165, and I can eat 14 chili dogs. 14 chili dogs is crazy, man. I don't know if I could eat 14 chili dogs. I could eat 14 regular hot dogs, but then it comes into question, like, bun, how quickly am I trying to eat? But chili dogs is heavy, bro. Good luck on that one. I couldn't do that. Eli, what's a better investment in your opinion? 1 older ETB for 500, 3 evolution type of 500, or 500 and going and buying a brand new ETB at MSRP? Craig, I would answer that question by saying, don't go buy a brand new ETB at MSRP unless it's like an Evolving Skies. But I would say better investment wise, go and get yourself an ETB that is at like a really good market price. Like, I don't know, Shining Fates you can probably get for a really good deal. That's what I would recommend. So ETB's booster box, yeah, right? It's gonna be on Tuesday, yes. So we will have this at Tuesday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will title it, for every $1 you donate, I eat a chicken nugget. And I'll, at that point, if it's like more people buy into it, then I will just like have someone go, well, actually there's literally a McDonald's a block away from me, so I can just record myself doing it, or I can just be like, we'll be right back in 10 minutes kind of deal. What do you think of the build and battle steams? You pick up a lot of them around 34, 40 bucks. I think they're terrible investments. Honestly, they're terrible. It sounds like a good deal in theory, Matt, because you're like, oh my gosh, like why would you ever want to pick up the standard build and battles when you can get a build and battle stadium that comes with 4 extra packs? MSRP price for build and battles stadiums is 40 bucks. So, or sorry, wholesale is. So like the price for them is terrible. It's terrible. I actually, let me go and look on my distro page. I can't show you guys this, obviously, but I'm gonna go look at my distro page and I can tell you guys what the exact number is for, you know, a comparable build and battle. Okay, so like for example, Silver Tempest, if I want to get the newest build and battle, it's $40, which is insane to me. Like, where did they get that number? No clue. But yeah, it's just tough. Pound is weak. It was basically 1-to-1 with the USD a few days ago. Okay, then I guess I'll just do, I mean, what? Do I just do 60 then? Call it even? I mean, I can always order more, you know? Like, I ain't worried about it. Especially if more people donate and you guys are really trying to get me to throw up just for funds. What do you, even if there's a promo card, listen, I mean, in terms of good promo cards, what are you kind of trying to look for? I'm gonna take this up a little bit. I mean, what do you mean even if there's a good promo card? Like, what good promo card, I guess I should be asking, are you ultimately expecting to try to grab out of whatever Elite Trainer box, or not, sorry, Elite Trainer box, build and battle, right? Because unless you're talking about like pre-release kit type stuff, I don't see the purpose of that. Which also as well, you're going to be so mad at me on this one, Tyrone, but I had a build and battle kit that I sold off to the LGS for backstock inventory. Come to find out that the Steam Siege build and battle case that I sold off, it had staff. It had staff cards for Steam Siege that are each worth 50 bucks a pop. That hurt the heart to know it was staff promos. That was rough. But if I'm correct, I mean, you can probably buy some staff promos pretty cheap, or not staff promos, but you can probably buy them and people don't know what's staff and what's not, because you wouldn't be able to know unless you opened it. So yeah, unless you're talking about staff, but I don't think there's any build and battle stadiums that have staff. I think that's your biggest issue that you're going to run into. That's kind of what I would say with that. Is there a correlation to build and battle cost to promo cards? Yeah, 100%. Well, especially if they're staff too, going back to that. So like, let's take a look at Vivid Voltage, for example. Vivid Voltage is a good one to look at because it has a lot of high demand cards, especially for the staff ones. So we'll go high to low. But yeah, a Vivid Voltage build and battle display box, they're going for around $410 right now. So there, I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot with $15 shipping. I mean, to be fair, it hasn't sold in several months, so the demand is, you know, there to where people are buying it, but very, very rarely are people buying it. Eli, in your opinion, what is the percentage of unopened base set booster boxes remaining versus the number that were originally printed? Do you believe we're under 5% left in the world? Jeopardy. That's a hard one to answer, Craig, because obviously I don't know what the amount that was originally printed, because that's not information that public has access to. And then on top of that as well, it's really hard to know what that number would be at 5%, right? Because if we're saying, for example, right, for first edition boxes, if we're saying there's 1,000 that were printed and we're saying 0.05% of that, that's 50 left in existence, right? You know, obviously there's not 1,000 that's been printed, right? And there's definitely more than 50, but how many are there? Is there 200? Is there 300? Like, how many is there? I would like to imagine it's probably under 1,000. So if you say to yourself 1,000, right? We'd be pushing at what? I mean, like, there's no way it would be under 5% if a million were printed, right? Like, was there a million printed? Was there 10,000 printed? Because if you're saying there was 10,000 printed, right? It's kind of hard. You know what I mean? It's kind of hard in that regard. My local DGS's $10 packs comes with 3 hollow Galarian birds, a coin, and an Astral Infusion pack. Was thinking about picking up 5 of them, but I don't know. Has a $10 pack, comes with 3 hollow Galarian birds. I mean, you're paying for the promo and the coin. I don't think it's worth it considering the fact of how cheap Astral Infusion is, but I don't know. That's up to you if you really care about the promo and coin. I mean, it'd be a cool item to have. You could just probably split it up cheaper if you really care about the promos. Anyone else jump on the Discord server to invite randoms to donate to Eli's stream? Oh my gosh, wait, what? What are you guys doing? Hold on one second. I gotta pull this up. Should I make that as an announcement? Should I at everyone and make it an announcement? Maybe a good Patreon sheet? What do you mean by a good Patreon sheet? In reference to calculated supply? Or in estimations? I mean, but that's hard. That's hard to make those estimations. I don't know where we would even be able to do that. Hello all, sorry for being late. For some reason I didn't get notified, or I didn't get notified for the live. What the heck, Pika? That is weird. Why didn't you get notified? Let me take a look. Did I get notified? Yeah, I did get notified. That's weird, man. That is weird. Huh. I got notified. But you did not. Interesting. Those DG blisters are buy one, get one 75% off. Really? Oh! Well, okay. Well, that might change things. If you're saying buy one, get one 70% off. I asked in our Discord, but I wanted to hear your opinion. Which set is your third place in the Sword and Shield? Good question. Well, here's the ultimate question. Third place investment or third place not investment, right? If we're talking just collectability wise. What's up, Stony? How we doing, brother? Hopefully all is well with you. Can't beat $2.5 per pack. Yeah, no, you're right on that one. That changes my perspective. I didn't know it was buy one, get one 70% off. Yeah, I changed my mind. If it's buy one, get one 70% off, 75% off, then go crazy with it, dude. I mean, to be fair though, you can probably still get the Astral packs cheaper. I mean, let's think how much if you're able to buy Astral, $95 shipped divided by 36. How much is that? That's $2.63. Ooh, it still is cheaper, $2.50. Yeah, no, go crazy with that, man. And you get all the promos. Yeah, that's a good deal. All right, so pretty simple. Number 1, obviously, is Evolving Skies. Number 2 is Brilliant Star. What is my number 3, right? You know, and that comes down to my personal opinion. I'll give 3. I'll give best for investment and best for personal opinion, and then best on what I presume the public probably likes. So generically speaking, I'm probably going to say public opinion would be for the majority of just, you know, casuals, investor types, that kind of stuff. People probably love Celebration. Celebrations is probably one that's going to be extremely collectible. It's going to be extremely investable. But obviously, this is talking about purely sets, and we're talking about all sets, not just specialty sets, booster box sets, etc., etc. That's from an investability perspective, I would say is probably number 3. If you're just talking plain and simple. Quite honestly, I would probably say it's even number 1 at this point when you compare the prices for a lot of the product you can get for Celebration still compared to the other 2. So I think there's an argument to be made with that. Now, if you're talking about what just my own favorite personal one for number 3 would be, that's honestly kind of a tough one, if I'm being completely honest, because I would say that the sets themselves that have been coming out, in my personal opinion, have been very underwhelming in my in terms of my love for them. Like, you know, I loved Evolving Skies. I thought that was really fun to open. I did enjoy Chilling Reign quite a bit. And to be quite honest with you, although I do like the trainer gallery, I think the trainer galleries themselves that they've been putting out have not been my favorite. I like Cosmic. I think Cosmic is the one that I love the best out of all the ones they've done. But to be fair, it's because they were really Gen 4 focused. And on top of that, with Cosmic 2, I feel like they also had a ton of different art designs that really added to it, where I don't feel like they've done that. So with that being said, when I look at Silver Tempest, Lost Origin, Astral, it's hard for me to really look at those three and be like, oh my gosh, I love these trainer galleries, because I don't really care. Like, and that might sound harsh because you're like, but Lost Origin has the Pika. It's such a good trainer gallery. But it's like, sure, it has a Pika, and from a general like public perspective, people love it, but I don't really care. And as someone who's a huge fan of Giratina, I felt like the art was underwhelming. I obviously overwhelmingly love the Aerodactyl a lot more. And in Silver Tempest, you guys know my opinion on the Lugia. I love the Lugia design, but if we're being completely honest, take away the Rayquaza, take away the Lugia, the set's garbage. But from an investment perspective, it's probably one of the best booster boxes to pick up at the moment, considering that it has a Lugia in a set and you're able to pick it up for dirt cheap. You know, but if we're talking number 3, that's such a hard one to say. A part of me wants to say Chilling Reign. Honestly, a part of me wants to say Chilling Reign. And the reason why I want to say Chilling Reign is, sure, even though it'd be nice to have a good subset with that, that would be pretty cool. The main slot is the one I get the most excited about. And when I go through and I look at a set like this and I look at the cards that it has, it's very hard for me to pull an alt-art and be upset, right? Like, it would be getting one of these lower level Calorexes, and even that I wouldn't be too mad about it. Like, it would be great if I could pull like a you know, a Blaziken VMAX or a Moltres or a Gold Snorlax, but like the possibilities of pulls, I would say, for Chilling is just so good, you know. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Fusion. I think Fusion's probably my favorite, one of my favorites to open as well, because it just has more value when it comes to being able to sell off the bulk, and so that's fun. But in terms of if you take bulk out of the aspect and you're like, which one do you have more fun with? When it comes to the pulls there, you have a decent amount of good pulls that you can get, but the lower end of the good pulls is just pain. It's very much, oh, I got a Sandaconda for the 3rd time, which I actually have. I got 3 Sandacondas in a row. Painful. Greedent, painful. It's literally, you get the top best alternate arts or you're sad, right? Like, you can get a Celebi or an Inteleon or a Genesect, but it's like, it's really tough at that point, you know? And I would say that personally, I care more about having more alt arts than I do trainer gallery. That's just honestly me, right? Like, even Brilliant Star, like, don't get me wrong, like, Brilliant Star from my non-biased perspective, I would say is probably number 2 as a set because of the trainer gallery, but I just don't care for the trainer gallery as much as other people do, just because of how I think that it's just not nearly as good as it was with Cosmic. Let me look up Cosmic Eclipse. I don't think it's even called Trainer Gallery. I don't even think they have it as Trainer Gallery, but let me just look up Cosmic and see if it pops up. Because I don't think it does. But we can find out if it does pop up as Trainer Gallery. No, it doesn't. Yeah. So, yeah, when you look at this set, I mean, the alt art designs, one, they have more alt art designs, right? The traditional alt art designs for the newer sets, they come with 4 now, right? All the sets come with 4. I don't know if we've had one that has 5, right? This one has Arceus, Dialga, Palkia alternate art, absolutely gorgeous design. Blastoise, Piplup, alternate art design. You get the Solgala, Lunala GX alt art design. You get the Reshiram and Zekrom alt art design. You get the another alternate full art design. You just get a decent amount of alt art full art designs, right? And that's what I love about this set. Not to mention too, I think that the just border designs and the card designs for this standard character rares are so much prettier for me personally. I think that I just enjoy them more. I think they have more personality to them. But I don't know, maybe that's just me. And I'm biased in that regard, but that's just what I would say personally. But I've been going on a tangent here. Let me answer some of your guys' questions now. I do apologize for that. Investment. Oh, your question is from an investment? Yeah, definitely. I would say if you're talking booster boxes, investment wise, definitely Silver Tempest. If you're talking just set in general, I mean, Celebrations, I feel like it's probably number one, though. That's hard for me to say. I mean, specialty, I guess Shining at that point. God, Shining Fates is so good right now in terms of its pricing. But it's hard because if I'm looking at it, if everything was the same, then I would say if everything was the same price booster box wise, right? I would say Evolving, Brilliant, then I would say Silver Tempest. But based off of pricing, it's Silver Tempest all the way, number one, in terms of pickup at price, right? And so in that theory, it'd be the third best pickup if they were all at the same price. But then if you're talking about, you know, just in general, Celebrations is such a good pickup because it's just specialty sets do so well, you know? So it's a mix of all those ones. But I mean, I would say that's kind of the breakdown. What's up, Agent Crypto? How's it going? Hello. He said I said hello. I'm so sorry. I got totally off track there. I apologize. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I do apologize for that. I now see you. I just went on a tangent. I apologize. Hold and maybe sell the price bumps. Yes, if they had a yellow price tag, then it's buy one given 70% off. Just found out. Well, shout out to that, man. Eli, would you ever do another shiny hunt? I feel like, Travis, at this point, I've had a lot of people talk to me about, like, would you ever do a gaming channel? I think I would. The only thing that's scaring me from doing a gaming channel is I don't want to be boxed in doing only Pokemon gaming. And then on top of that, too, my fear is I don't want gaming for me to become a career, right? Because, like, when I play games right now, I play, like, Overwatch. And when I do it with one of my buddies or I do it by myself, and I just do it to kind of unwind. But if it's one of these things where it's like I'm playing Overwatch and trying to answer your guys' questions, it makes it really hard for me because I get nervous in terms of like being able to focus back and forth. So I guess shiny hunting would be a part of that as something I could do. Because I mean, heck, Nuzlocke, you're not going to be able to. So I wouldn't necessarily rule it out, but I don't think that's something I would ever go back to just strictly doing, if that makes sense, you know? Hopefully they are Saturday. LOL, they get 5 and 25. They still have them. Yeah, that's crazy. Derek says, I like Cosmic. I mean, how do you not like Cosmic? Derek, I get that joke. I totally get that joke, Derek. That's so funny. Shout out to Derek on that one. But I mean, yeah, Cosmic. I mean, Cosmic is just such an amazing set. It's hard to beat, man. I mean, like I said before, like in terms of booster box sets, I think it's the best set in the Sun and Moon era and arguably one of the best sets of all time. Maybe that sounds controversial, but I don't think it is. I don't think it is because it has everything you want in a set, right? If you are a Gen 1 fan, boom, you got your Charizard. If you are a Gen 5 fan, boom. Or sorry, Gen 6 fan, boom, you got your Breaksin. If you're a Gen 4 fan, boom, you got this alt-art design, right? Gen 1 fan, boom, you got the Pikachu. If you are a Gen 5 fan, boom, you got this art design. If you're a Gen 7 fan, boom, you got this design. Like, you have alt designs for everyone to love, except for probably, I mean, gosh, isn't there neglectfulness to Gen 2 and Gen 3ers? Probably. If I were to guess, I mean, maybe if you take trainers out of the mix, having a conversation about that. Yeah, I mean, there's everything to love in the set outside of Gen 2, Gen 3. I mean, if they added Gen 2, Gen 3, then I feel like it would just take the cake, best set of all time. Like, just give up at that point, trying to do it. It just has a really nice balance, you know? Like, sure, it does have some Gen 3 Pokemon, but they're not like any of the starters or anything crazy, right? Eli, do you get any sports allocations? If so, can you get your hands on sealed cases of Upper Decker, the Cup Tin Hockey? I don't know. So that's the good question, Craig. So right now, with how I'm going to be structuring the Patreon deal, for those of you guys that don't already know, we're going to be opening a Patreon tier pretty soon here on Black Friday. And the Patreon tier is going to allow you to get access to back orders on sealed product. With that being said, I'm currently in the thought process of if I'm going to do $50 purely just for Pokemon, or if I'm going to do $50 for Magic, Yu-Gi-Oh, Sports. I'm thinking I want to structure it that way where I just give you guys everything that I can. And then if the demand is just so high, then I will have to make price adjustments at that point. That's kind of what I would say with that. And whatever that looks like, whether it be creating multiple different tiers, like here's the Pokemon tier, here's the Yu-Gi-Oh tier, here's the Magic tier, or whether it just be, setting allocation limits, however I go about doing that. But to answer your question, in terms of do we get product for sports? We do. I can't tell you what that is because I'm not that into sports cards at the moment. I would like to because I am a big sports fan. So I would personally say that that's something I can't tell you exactly what it is, but I do know we have access to sports product. So that could be definitely something that we do in terms of what we can do with the allocations. Or not allocations, with the distro sheet that I can give you guys for the Patreon. How do you think Crown Zenith ETBs will perform the next 6 months? Any price predictions? Well, so far, a lot of people have been able to pick it up for $35. So if you aren't already in the Discord, I highly recommend you do that because I keep pushing it. And I'm going to keep pushing it because there are some people that were dropping links. And one guy bought, if I'm correct, he was laughing about it. I saw, and I was like checking it out myself. And I was like, bro, I don't even have allocations from distro yet. Should I buy these, right? Because he was buying Crown Zenith ETBs for 3 for $100, which is incredible. That's like buy 2 get 1 free. Like that's insane, right? So it seems like it's pretty cheap for pre-orders right now. So honestly, it's hard to say how it'll perform. I assume it's going to be printed into the ground based off of what we're seeing since it's spread out in 5 waves. So I don't think it'll do well in terms of like short term, but I think it'll do extremely well long term. This seems like it's going to be one of the best sets in the era by far. We need an updated tier list of sets, please. I mean, that's definitely something I could do as a video for sure. I will do it. TT, what I will do, here's what I'll do. Once we have all the sets out, I will officially do a review of Sword and Shield era, and I'll do a full breakdown of it. I got lucky and met a seller on eBay who didn't know about Pokemon and had been getting unweighed EX Air Packs for $100. Should I just hold on to them or sell them? Do you think Vintage will keep dropping? I mean, I think Vintage will keep dropping, Mr. Redden, but I also think EX Era is way more scarce than the WotC era, as much as people don't like to believe that, but that's just the reality of the situation. So then I would say with that, I wouldn't be too concerned. Like if EX Air Packs do drop, they're going to follow however the market does, but they're going to probably be the strongest to hold. In terms of the EX era unweighted packs, though, if they are truly unweighted, Mr. Redden, I don't see a problem with you holding on to them if you think they're cool. If you're like, I need the cash now, then you can always cash out on them. And I will tell you, if you do end up cashing out and they are truly unweighed, I will buy them from you because, as you're aware, I do like to put in heavy and unweighted packs in the mystery pack. So having some EX Air packs would be pretty cool to throw in there. I'm curious which ones they are, though. But it really just comes down to your situation. If you're like, I want to cash out now and I want to get a ton of money, then go for it. But if you're afraid that you want to sell because it's going to drop, I'm not really too concerned at the moment. You can just hold on to it at that point. What's up, Hash Catchem? Good to see you. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Hopefully all is well with you. I am so sorry, Craig. I want to let you know that I am totally not neglecting your messages. I want you to know that I know very little about hockey. I know the rules and I understand, but I don't know the players that well. So everything you're saying, I wish I could be as excited and know exactly what you're talking about in terms of like cards and like all the players that you're flexing on me, but I have absolutely no clue. And I feel so bad about it because I know that you're probably so proud and so excited about everything that you're saying. And it's probably really cool, but I'm over here like, that's so cool. I have no clue what you're talking about. I just thought I'd let you know just because I feel bad and I don't want to just BS you and be like, oh yeah, I totally know what you're talking about. Like, sadly, I don't. The only sports cards I probably would say I know a lot about is I know a lot about or I shouldn't say sports cards, sports. I would say the number one sport I follow is football. If you want to talk to me about NFL football, then I'm your guy for that. That's kind of my thing. Yay, finally made it to the second live. Hello from Germany, everyone. See ya. Good to see ya. Good to see you. Leave a like, guys. Yes, make sure to leave a like, everyone. Comment down below and subscribe if you haven't already. Oh, Derek says, gotta go. Take care. Well, it's good to see you as always, Derek. Have a good one, and thanks for stopping by. LOL, stuff happening on the channel. Excited for what's to come. Oh, yeah, I'm excited too. Same here. Great day, all. Have a good one. The content is better than most of the channels. I mean, Pokeball has 50K almost. I know, right? I feel like what really just is going to come up to the increase in quality at this point, TT. I think the content that I'm pushing out is good. I've had a lot of people tell me that I should be a lot bigger than I am, that they really enjoy my content, that I offer and provide for a lot. I'm doing a lot of things that people aren't. So at this point, it really just comes down to increasing quality of the videos, increasing, you know, better thumbnail editing, etc., etc. So Safari Zone has Astro BBs for 530, which is like 88 per. So shout out to Lord Narwhal on posting that out. Thoughts on Darkrai V-Star box, really good price per pack ratio. Well, it is if you're buying it from Walmart. So if you don't already know, check out the Darkrai V-Star box on Walmart's website. Highly recommend it. Well, where are we right now? 204 were heavy. That's why I say they were unweighted. Oh, I see. So did you open or weigh them yourself probably then? The Pokemon Go TCG was a flop in my opinion because it took months for all the product to come out. The hype was gone by the time the set was released. It should pick a day and drop. I think although partially that's true, Craig, I think another part of it as well is that there was hype initially because you saw that there was going to be the Radiant 3 starters and people were like, this set could actually be really good. And then it fell flat because there was nothing really else other than that and like the Mewtwo and Dragonite. Like there was very few pulls that people got excited about because it was a tiny set. Team Magma, Unseen Forces, one of which is heavy, one of each. Bro, that's... Oh, dude, really? All right, let's take a look at this, guys. Let's take a look at this. We're going to go to advanced searches. So you said Team Magma versus Team Aqua. Is that it? Dude. Oh, that's so cool. I love the EX era. It's so cool. It's by far my second favorite era. I love it. I had this Groudon card as a kid. I absolutely loved it. It was so cool in my mind. It was pretty cool. And then you said you got an Unseen Forces? Really? Unseen Forces is a freaking monster set. I love the Lugia in this set. It's so cool. It's like a silver Lugia. I think it's so cool to me. This is definitely my favorite card in this set. Yeah, that's it. I also love the Steelix in this set too. I think it's really cool. Yeah, cool packs, man. Those are some cool packs. The Pokemon TCG came out about 5 years ago, late if you ask me. Well, is he talking about the game or is he talking about the set? Because I think he's talking about the set. Craig says LMFAO, no worries at all. If you find Connor anything, you will make bank. You may not appreciate hockey, but we all appreciate opportunities to make money. That is very true. And it's not that I don't appreciate hockey, because when it comes to playoff hockey, I do watch it. I just don't follow it enough to like know all the players' names, right? Like I said before, the only sport I can say I truly do that is NFL football. That's the only sport that I do that. Like, sure, I can tell you some of the, you know, players in the NBA because it's so much more prevalent than hockey in the US, but also I can't do that for baseball or soccer. I guess I also do that for volleyball too, to be fair. I do know a lot of the players' names for volleyball, but that's because I play volleyball. How can you pre-order Crown Zenith ETBs for 35? Lowest I've seen them up for is 47.94. Well, you would have had to have checked the Discord on that, Robert. There was a bunch of people dropping links on it, so I don't think it's active anymore. I think they upped the price on it because it was selling so quickly. But I would recommend that for future reference. I definitely would join the Discord. Yeah, we ain't hockey card collectors. I know basketball, but I don't collect. I mean, I would collect any sport card because I think they're just cool pieces of history in the sport. I feel like Crown Zenith and MSRP is good. I would probably say so. Go Cowboys! Zapdos saying fighting words? Nah, I don't have a beef with the Cowboys. Honestly, I know everyone has a beef with the Cowboys because, like, you know, the Cowboys historically. And then obviously you love them or you hate them, Jerry Jones. But for me personally, I mean, as a Bears fan, depression has been something I've dealt with quite heavily. So I'm too consumed with my own issues to care enough about the Cowboys. So plus I have Zeke on my fantasy team, so he better do something, please. I mean, he's doing well besides his injury, but let's not get off the topic on that. How have things been since the LGS opening? Things have been good. Things have been really good at the LGS opening. We've had a decent amount of customers start to come in. One thing that was actually really cool. So in Bend, we have a community of Pokemon Go people, and I actually used to be a part of it back when Pokemon Go first came out. It was like a Discord, and people would like drop when the next raid was happening. Well, one of the individuals who is in charge of the Discord, like the Discord host, she came in, checked out the store, and said that she would basically do free advertising for us because they've been needing a place for people to come and buy Pokemon product and play the game forever because they don't have that in town. So we've been having a decent amount of people from that come in. We've had a decent amount of Magic the Gathering players come in. There's a pretty big Magic community in Bend, back in Oregon. Not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! There's been a little bit of Yu-Gi-Oh! Not a lot, but I would say probably from what we've seen, it's mainly been Pokemon and Magic so far. So, but we're gonna hopefully also carry some Flesh and some Meta Zoo soon here. But we're just trying to get the ball rolling for more distributors because now that we have an LGS open, we're hoping to get more. But it's a hard process, man. It's a hard process. Yo, Pika reached level 1 in Discord. Let's go, Pika. Shout out to you. That's funny. 100% agree, underrated channel. I appreciate that. Gonna drop some $1 to $100 pack opening videos. Yeah, when I have the money for it. Hey, if you guys, like I said before, with the Patreon, what the Patreon really is gonna be, it's gonna be one big money push. I mean, let's be honest here. Like, it's gonna be a money push to be able to get as much liquidity as I can to increase the quality of content. So the more money that I can get out of the Patreon, the more money it's immediately going to go back into upgrading equipment. It's going to increase thumbnail quality, increase video editing. That's where all the money is going to be going to. So that's kind of what I would say where I am with that right now. We also have a couple of other people that we're looking at potentially hiring to add a bunch of cool features. So whether it be our own website or whether it be to the Patreon, I'll talk to you guys a little bit about that more later in the future. But more or less every penny is going to go towards making sure that we can increase the content and quality of everything. Because right now, as it stands, like, you know, I'm able to pay for rent, I'm able to get by, I'm able to slowly grow the channel, but it's like, you know, most of my revenue at this point is coming from you know, a sponsorship agreement with the LGS on top of the equity in the LGS, but you know, we're not making money yet because the LGS just started. So it's mainly sponsorship agreement and then the support I get from you guys from the mystery pack. So Patreon will be the next step in that. I am from CA, so I understand our differences. Oh yeah, buddy, you're from Canada. That makes sense. That totally makes sense. Of course then. I mean, don't get me wrong. I think hockey is a great sport. I think it's a great sport. I think it's really fun to watch. I think it's a very exciting sport. I don't know how to say this. Like, I know football only because of fantasy football and because there's gambling involved. I'm not even kidding. If I didn't play fantasy football, I would not watch football. That's just the reality of the situation. So, and in the United States, fantasy hockey is not nearly as big as fantasy football. And so for that reason, I don't really like watch the regular season. It's only the playoffs, because genuinely hockey in the playoffs is one of the most exciting things I've seen in sports by far. By far. Failure is just success and progress. 100% agree, Tori. Everyone loves to hate on the Cowboys. Shake my head. I know, that's the thing. Everyone loves to hate on the Cowboys. Like, I get it because of, you know, like I said before, I get it because of the history of the Cowboys, but in all honesty too, it's like there's so many more teams to hate that like are better teams to hate. Like, if I were to think right now, what's a team that I love to hate on? Honestly, it's hard for me because there's not really a big baddie right now, which is what I really enjoy. I think what was the most stale for me, so here's my thing. If there is a team that consistently wins over and over and over again, that's where it becomes boring for me, and then I root against them. For example, Patriots. Patriots were on their roll, and they just kept getting Super Bowls or kept going to Super Bowls. Just love to root against them. And that has nothing to do with me have anything against Tom Brady, because when he was to the Bucs, I was like, this is exciting, this is cool, I'm happy for them. I think this is cool, and I was rooting for the Bucs in the Super Bowl. But it was one of those things where, for me, just the same team winning over and over again, it's boring, it's not fun. So I feel like there's a lot of people that, especially old heads, that grew up with the Cowboys winning over and over and over again, and then going back and forth between the 49ers and that. But you would also think, too, why wouldn't there be more disdain for the Niners, right? Especially considering Niners are from San Francisco. Like, I don't know. I feel like people would hate that more. That's like a double thing to hate. You know what I mean? So it's kind of weird. It's kind of weird in that regard. But since there's been a very back and forth the past couple of years in terms of, like, Super Bowl, like, sure, you can say that, the Chiefs have gone twice in the past couple of years, but they've only won once. And I don't expect them to make it again this year. I could be wrong, but I expect the Buffalo Bills to, and I would love to see the Buffalo Bills win, because I love seeing teams make it to the Super Bowl or win a Super Bowl that have never gone before. So cool thing to see the Bengals go. Sucks they lost, but I was really glad to see McVay and also Stafford got their rings. Of course, the rest of the team too. So, but I feel like Stafford gets a lot of hate, speaking of which, for how good of a player he is. Got the new One Piece TCG? I do not got the new One Piece TCG, but we've actually also been looking into that. And then we've been looking into that. We were also looking into Wise. We haven't officially been really pushing Wise at the moment, but it's something we've kind of looked into. But it's been tough because the market for Wise looks like it's not doing good. If you have a question about the Magic the Gathering, you can always come back to me. That's always been a good hobby for 2 decades. Oh, you're a big Magic guy? Heck yeah, baby. My cam is shaking. Is it shaking right now? You know what it is, guys? It's probably shaking at this moment right here. So I like to shake my leg a lot, and I do apologize for that. That's probably what happened, is I was shaking my leg and it was vibrating the camera. What sponsorship agreement do you have for your LGS from games? No, so the sponsorship agreement I have is this, Pika. Basically, I obviously, how do I want to say this? So as a part of my equity agreement with my partners, one of the biggest things I brought to the table was my knowledge, expertise of Pokemon, being able to help get access to distro, and then also flying down for events and special things and being a part of it, right? So I got equity agreement with that. However, when the business starts making money, then I will start making money. But since I'm giving up a good portion of my asset revenue through the, more or less allocation split with distro, and the fact of the matter that I then have to have product shipped from the distro to the LGS to me, then it kind of cuts down on my marginal revenue. And so for me, if I'm wanting to fully push and grow the channel, then that's something that I'm going to need upfront revenue to do. So what the overall agreement is, or the quote unquote sponsorship, I call it a sponsorship, but basically what it is it's just the LGS paying me out to more or less afford my expenses to be able to do this full time, right? We're more or less just pulling funds from the initial upfront investment so that I can really push on growing the channel. And then the hope would be on that investment is that I'm going to be able to use my social media influence to increase the general online sales at E4 cards. That's kind of what I mean by that, as well as we're going to make a huge push for trying to become a regional spot eventually for tournaments, specifically Pokemon, but others as well. And that's something that we really want to be able to do in the near future, and I would love to be someone that could help be a quote-unquote influencer for that. So that's what more or less it is. 4 packs total, 2 teams. 2 Team Magnet, 2 Unseen, 1 Heavy of each, and then also got 1 Hidden Legends blister. Nice, dude. Man, you sniped that. Did you get on eBay, you said? That's a pretty good deal. Chiefs getting to that annoying level personally. I agree with you on that one. Chiefs are definitely getting to that annoying level. Not to mention my ex is from Kansas City, so... and I have nothing against my ex. It's actually her family. Yeah. They're huge Kansas City Chiefs fans, and so... I know how heated they get when they lose, so it seeks me joy when they lost to the Bengals. Oh, I felt so good about it. A friend of mine, Alex Singleton, is linebacker for the Broncos. That's really cool. That's cool, Craig. Hey, Eli, great content, dude. I love listening to these Q&As in my ride home from work. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jason. That means a lot. Both Americans and Canadians know that MMA is the best sport. I mean, I do enjoy MMA. I competed for 6 years. So, I did MMA for 6 years, competed in tournaments, traveled for that, and then I did football as well. Did that for about 6 years. So that's why I enjoy those sports the most. I live in KC and I can't stand Chiefs fans either, Spencer says. Oh, you know? There's definitely something special about them. The fans that I can't stand the most by far is Philadelphia. Like, don't get me wrong. I love rooting for the Kelceys because I love their personality and I think they have a really cool podcast. So I really like Jason Kelce, but gosh, the fans of Philadelphia are brutal and I can't stand them. Like, I'm rooting for the team currently speaking because I love all the players on the team, but I hate the fans, if that makes sense, you know? It's kind of hard to say. It's kind of like with the Packers. Like, I love the Packers fans, but I don't like to root for the Packers because they're divisional rivals as a Bears fan, you know? Same goes with the Vikings. Like, I like to vote for the Vikings. But, you know, it's just, you know, rivalries. You get it. You guys get it. But yeah, that's kind of it. But yeah. So one thing I will say, guys, is I probably should start wrapping it up. So I'm going to do the last couple of minutes. Just kind of letting you all know. Oops, sorry, I got to send a message. Just letting you guys all know, like I said before, I did have to cut it a little bit early. Just purely because I have a meeting at 3 o'clock my time, so 2 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I just won't... I just won't be able to stream for the full 2 hours, but I appreciate you guys all being here. So if we have a couple more questions, I will, of course, answer them now. Any Ravens fans here? My dad is actually a big Ravens fan. He is well, he was originally a Dolphins fan, and then Dolphins never won, and so he decided to change and jump ships, and then became a Ravens fan about, I want to say, 10 or 11 years ago. And then from there, he's been a Ravens fan ever since. He just said that his favorite player to ever watch play was Ray Lewis. He loved watching Ray Lewis, and he thought he was he thought he was a pretty cool man to watch. And with that, it was always fun for my dad to watch him. So that's why he is a Ravens fan. For the knowledge you have when it comes to Pokemon, it surprises me that you don't have 100k subs. The community will continue to benefit when you continue to grow. I greatly appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, man, my goal, Craig, is that when you look at the specific hobby or the specific space that I'm in, there's not, like, sure, you can say that you've got Twice Big Jake, but Twice Big Jake is more of a casual, like, which product should you pick up? It's not from an investment perspective, right? So you look at the space that we're in currently, it's a very niche space. And so the idea that I would love to be able to get to that 100k point where it's authentic growth from growing the space of people investing in product and Pokemon stuff. So that's kind of where I am. And I would love to be able to be someone that could be at the forefront of that. So I definitely hope so, you know. GG stream, catch you later. Gonna watch Wakanda Forever. I'll be interested to see how that is, man. I think the last Marvel thing I watched was Thor Love and Thunder, and I'm not even kidding. I fell asleep at like the one fight scene, apparently, because the entire time there's like no fight scenes that were really exciting, and then the one super, like, you know, climactic fight scene against Gore, I fell asleep because I just got so bored. Man, Marvel's just not been doing it for me recently. I watched the first couple episodes of Kamala Khan. I couldn't get into it. skip She-Hulk because, I mean, do I have to have a reason? And, you know, Wakanda Forever, I don't know what to think about it. Like, I don't know. That's all I can say. I don't know what to think about it because trying to see what they're going to do with it makes it hard for me. Love your work, Legend. Although you lost me in American sports, unpopular opinion, Aussie rules football and cricket. Thanks, lads. Hey, I also played rugby too, Ben, as well. So I played rugby for a couple of years, and my coach was from Australia. So I have a lot of respect for Aussie-style football as well as rugby. So I'm a huge fan of it too. I think it's fun, and I think by far Australia has a much better form of tackling without pads than with pads. Tackling rules in the United States are so whack, bro. Pokemon department store. Any last nugget submissions? Yes, I will let you guys know. For those of you guys that did join late, we'll just wrap it up with this. I told people that on the next stream, for every $1 they donated, I would eat a chicken nugget. So far, currently, I have about $66 donated to me. So that means next stream, I will eat 66 chicken McNuggets if you want to see me do it in one sitting. So any last second people want to donate $5, $10, $20 to see me eat any additional chicken nuggets in one sitting on the next Tuesday stream, I recommend you do so now because I will eat however much it is you donate. So I'll mention that. Any one last takers for that. But GG stream, catch y'all later. Oh, I already responded to that. Yes, nice. My dad is too, and it's just stuck with me. He was born in Maryland. Nice, that's cool. Last couple of Marvel stuff kind of sucks, so I'm hoping this one's good. Yeah, my opinion exactly. But yeah, I think I'll answer one or two more questions and calling it. I didn't know anything about Pokemon when I started investing in sealed product. I currently am sitting on about 5K worth of products since then. Bought at MSRP. I myself never opened packs. Well, shout out to you on your discipline, Craig. That's for sure. Shout out to you on your discipline. Well, I think that is it for today's video, though, guys. Thank you guys all once again so much for stopping by. As always, make sure to leave a like, comment down below, and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We post pre-recorded content for you to do so each and every week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And of course, you can comment and like in each video, so that allows you for multiple entries. And we've got 3 winners each and every week, so that's multiple opportunities to win. But that is all for today. Thank you guys all so much for watching.